Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is that LDK. Today I'm doing a video for you on, well, more EDC stuff obviously, but this one is going to be another Altoid tin video. If you remember, I posted a video on my first aid kit, Altoid one. Link below, so if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. I was really happy with how it came out, and I wanted to continue making a couple more because I find them fun to prep and make sure they're ready. So I watched Chris Thorne. He has a video, Drop Forge Survival. I really like his show. He's got a lot of good information. And what he had done is he had taken one of these small Altoids tins and he had done a fire prep kit. Just a small, quick fire prep kit. So my goal was to do it within this. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I'm going to still try and condense and make one out of this. Now the kit I did make ended up in a standard Altoid tin box. It worked out really well, and I'm using rubber bands because it's still a little overstuffed. I'll probably try and find a Ranger band or something to hold it tighter, but this is my fire prep kit. Now I am going to open it up, show you what's in here, and then I have samples of everything aside so I can show you how they light. So let's get right into it. Obviously I have my favorite rubber bands coming from Produce, holding it shut. So inside, what I have in here, it's petroleum coated twine. It's not jute twine. It's standard old school, just manila twine. It works really well. It can spread out. You can go ahead and fan it, and it spreads. It can, it will burn, and I've already dipped it in petroleum. So these are ready to go. There's about 3 pieces in here. So that'll give me a good starting point. Now I've put them in the bags and sealed them so the petroleum doesn't get all over the kit. If you've ever worked with Vaseline, you'll know what I mean. In here are 4 Strike Anywhere matches. Now, mind you, with the Strike Anywhere matches, people don't always like them. They've never failed for me, but what you can do is you can take your knife or razor or whatever, and you can kind of feather the stick, and it becomes a good kindling. At the very least, if you have a lighter, you can light the end of it with that kindling to lay it and put something over to get going. So that works there. This is a trick that Chris Thorne turned me on to, and what it is, it's a Q-tip. And what the Q-tip has done, it's been cut in half and dipped in petroleum on the cotton swab. So the petroleum will burn longer. I've got 5 in here, and again, it's in a bag, taped shut. The duct tape can be pulled off relatively easy, and that way you can start your fire with relative ease. And here I have standard dryer lint. It's in the foil just to protect it, plus then you get foil you can spread out. You get a decent sized piece of foil with this. I took the foil pop-up sheets that I've used in my previous videos and I just cut it in thirds. Worked pretty well for that. Then I've got a Bic Mini. And what I've done is I've taken, this isn't the wax jute or wax hemp cord. What I've done is I've taken a piece of duct tape and I've wrapped it backwards on it and put this on here. So if you need more kindling, if you need rope for something, at least you have something a little bit extra. Just pull it off and you're good to go. And then you have a sticky lighter. But either way, you've got a little bit more. Here, I have a makeup remover pad or cotton pad that's coated in petroleum. I think you might be getting a theme here, petroleum. But it's a great ignition source, so that works really well there. Then here I have some steel wool. Now I'm not talking the steel wool like the heavy coarse stuff you use for using your pan. This is like metalworking steel wool. This is stuff you find at Home Depot, and again it's wrapped up in foil. And I'll show you how that trick works as well. Then I have a 9-volt battery. I've covered the end because the last thing you want is it coming in contact with the tin casing and causing more issues. So that's there. And then I have a razor blade. Is a backup, mainly so you can feather the matchsticks if you want, cut some of the twine, whatever you may need to do. But that's the basic kit. That's what's in there. It's not too cumbersome. It's not too much. It shows you everything you need, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the lighter aside. I'm going to pull the battery aside. All this is going to go back in here for now, out of the way. I'm going to put that aside here. Now I'm going to bring out the stuff that we're going to light to show you. Okay, so I've got a piece of the twine. You can see the petroleum on the end of it. Got a couple of the Strike Anywhere matches. I've got a piece of standard lint. I've got the cotton swab or cotton pad with petroleum on it. I've got a razor blade. And I've got the, sorry, that's the cotton swab, the Q-tip with petroleum on the end of it. Now, in effort of trying to be safe and making sure I don't set my house on fire here, what I have is I have a standard cooking tin. Now, also, this piece of foil you see, that's the size that these rolls were made out of. So you get a fairly decent size. It's not meant to be anything more than just protect it from the petroleum. So the first thing I'm going to light and show you how it works is the Q-tip. And mind you, we're just going to use standard lighter. We're not going to try and do anything with, I don't have a magnesium rod or anything like that, which is something I'm thinking about doing in a kit like this still. But if, you know, with my EDC, I always have a lighter. I have a Zippo on me at all times, you know. That's always with me. Then you have your Bic Mini. Then I have a couple other lighters. So I've always got some form of lighters. If I absolutely have to, I have a Strike Anywhere. So we're going to go ahead and use the Bic Mini and light this. So we'll just... Now you can see it's not just going up in flames instantly, but it is burning. So that's going to give you some time to burn and set up what you need. Now... And it's still going. Usually cotton balls just go right out. This is the twine. And again, we're going to go ahead and light it. And you see the petroleum's dripping as it's melting. So it did catch. Just put it right there. It's burning still. So we'll just move it aside so you can see two distinct flames going. And again, that'll burn a little while because it's not burning the cord instantly. The petroleum's adding some level of protection to it. Now, like I was saying with the matches, you can take the matches, and I'm going to move this up here so it's out of my direct thing. And you can just flare the wood like that and see how you get the little sliver. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow more air in there so it doesn't go out as fast. And at this point, you can just, if you've already got a flame going, you just light it, and then you'll see it catches those little embers. And the match doesn't go out as quickly. It'll stay lit for a little bit longer. So that works out well there as well. And then if you absolutely need to, you can throw those on as, and of course I put the fire out with it, but just make yourself a little fire with the sticks, and it acts as your kindling to make your actual fire. So once those catch, you have a little bit bigger fire going, hopefully. I've been messing with it, so it's probably going to go out now. The next bit of usefulness is the lint. So if you have a magnesium rod, you usually throw a flame at it. But I'm just going to throw that on there, and you can see that catches really well. And lint is a great burner. That's why it's so important to clean your dryer, by the way. That stuff catches, and you're all done. Next, I have the petroleum-coated cotton pad. Now, this is probably my favorite thing as far as one of the things to ignite, to test with, because it burned really well. It lit up, it stayed going, and it wasn't something that I was like, oh my god, that's so annoying. It worked pretty well. It's probably my favorite to do with this. So let's go ahead and light that one. So it's gonna go ahead and burn around. Previously I did a little dot as my test, and the whole cotton pad burnt before the petroleum did. As you see, it's burning slowly. It's not just... So this gives you time. You can, if you have your kindling nearby, you throw, leaves, whatever, potato chips, those work great too, right on top, and you're good to go. Now this is leaving some smoke, so you want to do this in a ventilated area if you're going to do this. Hopefully you're doing this outside. You're not just burning things to burn things. Now the other trick, while this is still burning, I'm going to go ahead and move this out of sight because it's still going. The other trick was with the 9-volt battery. And I'm going to take the duct tape off here. And what you do with the 9-volt batteries, you have this steel wool. And you see the sparks happening? That's enough to get some kindling going. So if you had kindling going over there, you can just keep igniting this and it goes from there. You got to have some air between the steel wool so it allows it to go. So we'll go ahead and move that in the tin. Move this back over here so you can see it. And you can see that fire from that cotton swab is still going. And it's getting to the point where it's done, but it's still going nonetheless. So that's my basic tin. That's my basic load. That's what I carry for my fire kit. And it packs up all into an individual Altoid tin. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative as far as what you can do with a few simple home items. Now, mind you, I made this kit without buying any additional equipment. This is all stuff I had in my house. So this is stuff you could prep yourself to go on a camping trip or something, and you want to make sure you have backups in case your lighter fails, in case other things fail. This is a good thing to throw in your pack. It's not going to be your end-all be-all kit, but it's a great backup kit. So many people talk about their this movement of doing the Altoids tins. I've read like 2 or 3 articles about it where saying this is not going to save your life. This is not going to do everything you need it to do. By all means, am I not saying this is going to be your end-all be-all, but this will be a great addition. This will be a great backup and a great way to get things going. You know, any of us that are doing this kind of stuff on a regular will always have our primary ignition source. We'll always have a primary blade. You know, we'll always have equipment like that. So by all means, I'm not saying this is the end-all be-all ultimate fire kit, but it's a good start. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and post them in the comments below. Again, I'll post any valued links where you can find any of this equipment that you may not have at your home, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but, you know, I'll provide some links for you. And I look forward to seeing you back here on the channel for the next episode.